Hi, welcome back to channel TrainStation 2. Alright, guys, say Happy New Year 2021 to you. I'm really happy I got this gift from the train station to not only one train but two trains, one legendary and one epic trains from those 100 keys container. Really happy with that, especially working really hard to level up to earn those keys so that I can continuously open those 100 keys container, which is the most value for money so far. I gotten a few legendaries already and now another epic, which is totally new. Really happy with this collection of Canada fleets of trains. So now let's enter into gameplay while preparing for the night competitions. Alright, this is a short competition. Started late as usual. So far, Rough Agent is being the first, I'm second, and my reindeers will take about 2 hours to come back, so that's one more I gotta work with. And you gotta make sure you collect all those daily rewards for all the great items you can collect. And for the mistletoes, I have about 1,700 plus. Probably, if possible, I would like to get the epic one, which requires 2,500 mistletoes. Alright, we got a legendary. Okay, although it's not a new legendary train, it's already have this is a duplicate, but I'm really happy. I'm definitely gonna keep it because legendary trains are hard to get. I'm really happy that Canada seems to be quite generous to me so far. Collected really a good number of legendary together with the two events which we got. I think from this Christmas event, there'll be one using the event coins, and then the one that we collect using the event star keys, which is I think Frosty and Rodolph. So these are the two great higher capacity legendary trains that we have. But along the way, collected a few more with this 100 keys so far. So later part in this video, you'll see me collecting another great epic train using the 100 keys container. Alright, so lots of things to be done. I mean, you can see all the mails. Collect all these envelopes so we can continuously keep the factory busy. As usual, warehouse spacing. Oh, this is always a headache. But the good thing here is we gotta plan this out, and eventually, once the reindeer is out, capacity will be much better. Alright, as usual, I always advise Christmas factory must not stop. It must continuously be working really hard round the clock. So meanwhile, I'm not going to concentrate the so-called center customers, but rather customers are in my Canadian region, so that I can get level up and then get more of those keys, metal keys, so I can get my container open up once more. I really need a lot more trains of slightly higher capacity, especially when sometimes they only ask for rare trains or certain type of trains. So I need to increase the capacity of my rare trains as well, because it's really tiny of 6 capacity, especially those rare ones. As for legendary, trying to increase them like from 20 to 23 or so, continuously trying to work hard on that. And of course, reindeers, once it comes, the focus will be on the reindeers and nothing else, because they have a time which is like 3 odd hours, and you gotta get it done. Meanwhile, once it's done, you have a break or cooling period of about 2 hours. So if you want to continuously having reindeers visiting you and getting so-called those mistletoes, then you got to keep planning in a way, see how best you can get those reindeers requests satisfied, and then send them off to they come back quickly. That would adds on to your competition ranking. As of now, so far I've been clearing a few, so I managed to climb back to the first, but I doubt I'll be long. Rough Agent seems to be a very great competitor, so I really caution on that, trying to be fighting neck to neck, and hopefully once I overshot, able to maintain a good gap. As I mentioned previously, maintaining about 200 gaps would be great, but really it depends on the competitor. Sometimes if they use gems, I think I'm done. So here we are, having all this Christmas items, raw materials converted, and then I think more importantly, you gotta bear in mind certain things like the bells will take half an hour. and then the sleigh about 20 minutes. So you're gonna plan your time. I mean, the sweater about 10 minutes or so. So really happy looking at all these cute little trains, the Frosty and the Rodolph. These are my two favorites from this event. And of course, there are other legendaries like this, which are upgraded 33. Then I mean, the other trains that we got from the event will be the Epic, of course, that are rare and common. Then of course we got 4 more to go. Really, we're gonna work on those. And we likewise, I mean, while we wish to able to fulfill the fireworks request customer, but that will help us to get 100% of the event maps completed. I'm also cautioned, like I mentioned, once you complete 100% of event map, you'll be in deep trouble because apparently everything gets tougher. But bear in mind, on the other hand, we have roughly about 4 days or so before the end of the whole Christmas event. So while you wish to maintain about 90% I think will be good. So then the last day, try to complete it 100%. Okay, so that's how it works. And of course, with this reindeers are keeping us always busy. I doubt we have time to satisfy any of the customers' requests. Even if we don't complete 100%, I think it's perfectly fine. More importantly, mistletoes and nothing else, because we really need those trains. It's a bit tough, I must say, given that there are 3 phrases actually in this event itself. So I'll come to that later on. First, let's take a look at what they call it, the lucky train right now. Wow, this is really good. These are fireworks. And I think $9.98 Sing dollars. I'm not going to spend a single cent, as I mentioned. How would you expect me to spend $9.98? Probably in your country it'll be different prices. Probably is good. I mean, you can share in the comment, and then some people will understand better, like different countries, what the price is like. So you see mine in Singapore is $9.98. Alright, so I did mention I need to train capacity be up, so that's what I'm trying to do as well. And as I mentioned, the event, this Christmas event, there are 3 phrases. So the first phrase, I mean, we're all very happy collecting all this EPs, and then of course star keys, event coins, and then we always were getting used to EPs climbing up the competition ranked. Then the phase 2 kicks in, which is basically the mistletoes, which is the reindeers, which everybody's complaining about, which I try to convince you to ignore that, just pretend it's not happening, and then try your best to do whatever you need it. And then now it kicks in the fixed phase 3, which is the fireworks. So that is basically to keep you busy and fighting. I don't know what some people basically losing focus in terms of, should I go for star keys, that's phase 1, should I go for mistletoes, that's phase 2, and now should I focus on phase 3, which is the fireworks customer. So what am I supposed to do? Why are there so many things for me to do in this Christmas event, and it's driving everybody a bit nuts? So let me put it this way, you choose what you want, okay? So if you imagine this in the normal circumstances of a normal event, what you have normally is that you have 4 trains, which you use the event keys to exchange for, and 1 train, which you use the event coins using the competitions, and then at times you may have event building. If you already collected all these 5 trains at the event building, actually you are done. You're more than happy then, because that is usually the case whereby you struggle to get all the 5 trains and the event building, right? So if you already gotten all this, aren't you happy? If you're happy and contented, I think that's about it, right? So that's part of the game. And then just imagine this phase 2 where they throw in the reindeers, or phase 3 where they throw in this additional customer for the fireworks. Treat it as a bonus. If you do, you get, that's great. If you don't, perfectly fine. You already completed what you need to, right? So let's play it this way. I mean, just play for fun. Anyway, this is a free game. Do not be frustrated with it. All right. So the facts that I'll be sharing with you is that how do I attack the reindeers in the way, how do I fulfill the reindeers actually. Then the strategy is really keep your Christmas factory busy, ignore the center. And then would that strategy work with now the fireworks customers coming on board? Yes, it will still work, provided you're not too anxious about completing 100% of the map. But if you say that, oh, why not will I complete 100% of the map, then you give up your mistletoes probably, or otherwise how do you wish to go? I mean, that's your choice. So it's all about choice, right? So if you want mistletoes, for me I think that's a priority, because more importantly are trains and not about 100% completion of map, right? So Likewise, meta keys are important to me, so I'm not so worried about the fireworks customer. So I'm collecting meta keys actually. So this is another epic train. And I must say, even though I don't complete 100% of the I'm happy to get more trains. Looking at my fleet right now, I'm really happy because initially I thought I'd be deep trouble because I've been saving a lot of metal keys when I came over to Region 5. But so far so good. I mean, I'm really lucky. You can see the number of rare trains, common trains, and now epic trains. So of course, I do love my legendary trains. Don't you? Alright, enjoy!